guys, it's me, Drew, aka the Green Arrow, and this is my review on Canary Cry. We start the episode off at a funeral, which I'm guessing we're led to believe is the Black Canary's funeral, but it actually ends up in being Tommy Merlin's funeral, which is pretty cool because obviously in season 2 you get to hear people talking about his funeral, but you don't actually get to see it. So I thought that was a really nice touch. We got to actually see the funeral, which was really nice. So Oliver was supposed to be making this speech, and I'm guessing he couldn't bring himself to it because obviously he blamed himself for Tommy's death. So Laurel gets up and she makes this really nice speech, and she says how he was loved by everybody and he's going to be missed, and he was more than just a playboy millionaire with loads of money, and like he had more about him than just his stupidness, which was really nice. And we got to see like Ollie walking off and he was all upset. So then we got a couple of like flashback scenes that we had about a week later. Oh, no, actually on the day, sorry, he turns up to Laurel's apartment, and basically he says he can't bring himself to walk in the apartment because of Tommy's death and everything else. And Laurel says to him, you know, you've got to stop blaming yourself, and like we've got to move on, kind of thing. And yeah, it was very like it was interesting because like we never really got to see that part of it back in season 2. So I'm guessing that we got to see it now, which is really nice. Then before the opening credit scene, we get to see the Black Canary. So everyone's scratching their head like, is the Black Canary still alive? But then you think to yourself, you see her die. So the question was then, is it a flashback? And I'll go into that a little bit later. So then the other flashback we have with Laurel was basically nearer the end of the episode where Ollie and her are there talking about their lives and how they want to be together and everything else, and they share a little kiss. And it's kind of a little bit weird because it's only like a week after Tommy's funeral, and like they share a kiss. But I'm guessing that's their way of showing you, look, you guys were meant to be together, but unfortunately we're not going to stick you together. But it was a happy, I suppose it was a happy time. You know, a little, ooh, that's great. You've just now basically killed us by killing off the Black Canary, and yeah, thanks for that, Arrow. Thumbs up. But yeah, so we get to see that little flashback, which was cool. He ends up in going to Lian Yu. He leaves her basically a letter, and in the letter was the picture that he carried when he was on the island, what got him through it. And he basically said to her that he loves her and that she's a really amazing person and she's really special. La 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 la. And they still end up in not putting them together and killing her off. So once again, you scratch your head and think, Arrow team, what are you doing? But that's that. That's my little rant about that. So then we move on to seeing there was actually a couple of what I thought was really interesting about this episode is it was kind of like a role reversal, because like normally you get Dougal talking the team down and telling them, look, you don't need to do it like this because you know you got to think about the repercussions of what's going to happen just afterwards. And in this episode, it was Ollie. Ollie was the guy who was talking everyone down. So you know there was a scene with Dougal, which like I said it in my last one, in my last video, it's a little bit left field, but yeah, he does actually hit Dark's wife. He has like this breakdown because obviously he's blaming himself for Laurel's death after Andy stabs Team Arrow in the back. So you know he's hunting him down and he wants to kill him. He wants to make it right again. And Ollie was saying, listen, at the end of the day, it's not your fault. You know what happened, but you can't blame yourself. You've got to pick yourself up and get on with yourself. You can't attack the mayor. You know, she's got the media, she's got the police, you know, she's got all the resources you need to bring someone down. So you don't really want to be playing that game kind of thing. So he was kind of a bit upset, and you got to see it in that episode. And then another really good scene that I thought was really really good actually was when Ollie once again he was talking down the Black Canary from actually shooting Dark's wife when she turns to her and basically said, you know what, you failed this city. And it was really good because just before she shoots Ollie, and he still turns around and says to her, you know, what do you really know about the true Black Canary? You know, she stood for like honor and like justice, and she was a true hero. And basically, what you're doing tarnishes her memory, and he can't really have that kind of thing. And it was really nice because he did talk her down, and she realized that what she was doing was wrong. So I'm guessing that she's gonna be a part onwards to it. I'll talk about that in just a second. But she's going to be a wiser person. Um, so yeah, so okay, Evelyn. Her name's Evelyn, right? I can't quite remember her second name, but I do know that she's based off a New 52 character, which she was one of Laurel's friends in the New 52, and that's how the name Evelyn come about, and that's who she is. She's actually a character from the New 52. So it's gonna be interesting to see because like she's only 16 years old, so she's not really developed. But I'm guessing a lot like when he took Roy, you know, Arsenal under his belt and he trained him to be the best, then I'm guessing this is what he's going to do with the new Black Canary. And I'm hoping that she does get good training and they don't just throw her in at the deep end because, you know, we don't really know much about her other than that she was one of these people, well, her family was trapped at Reddington, where Damien Dark basically kept all the people who he was gassing basically. And yeah, she saw the Black Canary there, and it was like she was her inspiration. But obviously, she's took it and she's kind of flipped it in the wrong way. So I'm hoping she becomes a part of Team Arrow, but in the right way and not in the wrong way. We then end with the funeral with Ollie standing over the Laurel's grave, and we basically see that he's he's there and I guess he's talking to himself and he's like saying how much he's sorry and everything else. And then he pulls away the flowers at the bottom, and I thought it was a really nice touch that they had the Black Canary underneath it. But I'm just hoping that they don't, it's not like another Robin where we can just hand down the costume of Robin to so many different people. I'm hoping they don't do that with the Black Canary because like that's not how the Black Canary actually is. So I'm hoping they don't do that. But then obviously we get to the point where, you know, spoilers, yeah, Barry actually gets his speed back in this episode. You see it. But then he jumps into the vehicle. He jumps into the vehicle, the limo, and everyone's seen the part where Felicity basically says to him, "You've got to kill that son of a bitch." And what leads on after that is basically Ollie tells her that he can't. He doesn't know how to. He's kind of experienced this magic on Lian Yu, and he doesn't quite know how to deal with it. So he needs a way to deal with this magical power or entity or whatever it is, which is actually holding back. So I'm hoping that Constantine comes out. I know he's in hell at the moment or something like that, but I'm hoping Constantine comes back to give him a hand in the finals, you know, because we know that season finale is coming up pretty soon. There's only a couple of episodes left of it, so I'm hoping they can bring back Constantine or even Vixen. Throw her into the mix, that'd be pretty cool as well. But guys, that's all I got. Yeah, well, if you like what you heard, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. You want to stick a comment in the comment section down below, that'd be great, that'd help me out. If you want to be a negative Nancy, guys, you can be a negative Nancy. You stick that comment also in that comment section down below. But for now, guys, I'm done. I'm Drew, aka the Green Arrow. Straight shooting, people.